Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes.
Okay. If you could go back in time and you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, who would you rather vote for?
Oh, Trump for sure.
Okay. Why so?
I didn't feel the essence of a leader from Kamala or Kamala, whatever.
Kamala. Why so?
Kamala. I just didn't think she had that je ne sais quoi or whatever it is. You
What
know,
what, what does that mean?
she didn't have the thing to lead a whole country,
Which is?
in my opinion. Which is, I mean, it's undefinable. I think I
What
just
what
didn't think
what
that
what
she
does what
had.
does what does Trump have that Kamala Harris doesn't?
Well, first he was already the president before. He has he's a billionaire with a lot of different company success. I thought that I don't really like politicians, traditional politicians. I feel like they're untrustworthy. I think that, you know, so we needed something else.
What's bad about traditional
That's the
politicians?
business. They're just untrustworthy.
Okay, and
They
so you think
ever
that Trump is
since
more trustworthy?
to me, well, I mean, I'm not saying that he is or isn't. I just felt like he would have been because he already has money. So it's like he won't be under some spell like other politicians are to get money. Like they'll be under the spell of like an elite, for the lack of
Really?
better words. They'll be like a puppet.
So then
Does that
why do
make
you go up
sense?
to big fossil fuel companies and say if you give me $110 billion, or if you give me $1 billion for my campaign, I'll give you $110 billion in tax cuts? Why did he take a $400 million jet from Qatar? Why did he say that he was going to reduce grocery and gas prices when we know that's a blatant utter lie when his policy was specifically to increase prices through the context of tariffs? Why did he say he was going to drop the Epstein files when he wasn't going to do it? Why was he saying that he was going to end the Russia-Ukraine war in 24 hours, which was clearly not possible for him to do? It's almost like he, in his first administration, with 30,000 confirmed lies or misleading statements, is more of a pathological liar than any traditional politician you'd be able to point to in Congress.
Well, I think that he talks in hyperbole a lot. So probably a lot of those 30,000 lies are, him just being exaggerative. That's his personality. Kind of like the whole "I'll stop the Russian-Ukraine war in 24 hours." I feel like that was one of those hyperbolic statements that you guys can use as a lie because I mean it
It's
technically
not
is a lie,
hyperbolic.
but
It's just
it's like,
factually fault. It's factually incorrect. Okay, now
yeah, no, but it's
he's
a
pro Ukraine.
hyperbole.
He thinks that he can take back the entirety of Ukraine in its
It's not
original form.
hyperbolic to say what he said. Just
No,
curious, you don't think that he was intentionally being hyperbolic? Did
I
you
think
really think that like
I
within
think it was just a
24 hours
lie.
of him getting
I
in
think it was
office,
just
he
a
thought,
straight up lie. Right? If he says that in 24 hours he's going to get it done and there's no basis for him being able to do that, that is a blatant and utter lie used to be able to get votes from people. If you can't tell that, I'm sorry, then you don't know how to be able to identify that with
when Joe
anyone else other
Biden,
than a traditional politician. You have to be able to identify in
okay,
all
when Joe
cases,
Biden
not
said,
just cases with traditional politicians.
okay, great. Whenever Joe Biden said, "If you ain't voting for me, you ain't black," was that hyperbole or was that a lie?
I think that was one a lie, and I think it was also like a racist statement. And I think that he's addressed that. I think that he should be addressing that, and I think that's bad behavior, right? And also, why are
But
we
it's
talking
sort of
about
like the
Biden?
same
Biden
thing.
wasn't
Do you
even the
see what I'm
last
saying?
candidate.
But do you see what I'm saying? Like people, they say hyperbolic statements that obviously aren't
I
true.
just told you I consider that a
They're
lie.
okay. Well,
Do you not consider
I
that a
think he was
lie?
just kind of,
How about this? I can give you further
if you
lies.
don't vote
He
for
said
me,
that he
you.
won in 2020. Do you think that's a lie? He said the election was rigged in 2020. Do you think that's a lie?
Who, Donald Trump?
Yes.
I don't know either way. I think that it is a little fishy though.
Really, dude. The 60
Well,
plus
well,
courts that
listen.
indicated no sufficient evidence to overturn the election, right?
Well, it's like I feel like Joe Biden was not really that great of a I don't think that people were super on fire for him because even then he was kind of senile. Like he was kind of like
Are you talking about Trump?
his mental. No, just let me finish. Talking
Sorry,
about Biden, I feel like
I
people.
was just trying to clarify.
Yeah, no. I feel like people weren't really all that hyped up about Biden, but then all of a sudden he gets 80 million votes. Whenever the 5 elections before that, it hovered around like 65 million. I just thought was weird. I
Yeah,
just
so
thought was weird. So I don't know either way. It's just something to be concerned about and deserves to be inspected.
It was. There was audits in every single swing state. There was literally 60 plus court cases that indicated no sufficient evidence to overturn the election, and it indicated all evidence that Biden won the election over Trump.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I
Now,
guess
if you want to talk about this context, I mean, we've already looked over all of the verification numbers, right, to indicate this to be true. At this point, it's very obvious that he won the election. Who won the 2024 election?
Trump.
Okay, so I could say the same thing. No way he could have got that many votes, right? It's impossible. He incited a violent insurrection at the Capitol. He was held civilly liable of. No possible way he could have got that many votes, right?
Well, people saw that election, I think, as much more like I don't know, it's way more important to win than the 2021. I feel.
What? I'm sorry. They were both important elections to win. I'm confused how one was
Well,
more
of
important
course,
than the other.
but I feel like the hype around Trump was so much more than the hype around Biden in 2020.
No,
I mean, he had gotten
the
shot
reason why
at.
people voted for Biden is because they wanted to go back to normal after Trump was just insane. Like, especially during COVID.
Okay, well, look, I'm just saying this is why I don't know what to believe because it is very fishy.
There's nothing that's fishy there.
Well, it is
What's so
to
fishy?
me and other people.
What's so fishy?
The numbers are just they're just weird. You know what
What
I mean?
about them?
Like they're just odd.
What
That
about them?
like I've already told you this. Like the 5 elections before that. Well, I don't know how many elections before that. It like
So
steadily was around
Biden got the
65
most
million.
votes. Biden got the most votes of any candidate ever. Yes.
And that's just weird to me because I could see like Obama doing that if it was like Obama versus Trump. But because, a lot of people like Obama, first black president, whatever, and he's, a really great speaker, all this other stuff. But even Biden he was not, his mental faculties were already kind of like deteriorating then, I feel. So, look, I'm just telling you there's some rulings in favor of Trump that I'm sure you were like, oh, that's fraudulent. That's this, that, and the other that you don't think were like honest,
But you have
portrayals
a
of
better
justice.
chance of being struck by lightning than hitting a whale with your boat. There has only been, listen to this, one such whale killed off the coast of South Carolina in the last 50 years. But on the other hand, their windmills are causing whales to numbers never seen before. Nobody does anything about that. They're washing up and show. I saw it this weekend. 3 of them came up. You wouldn't see it once a year. Now they're coming up on a weekly basis. The windmills are driving them crazy.
So I think one area of mutual agreement and priority is vegetation management. But I think we want to work with you to really recognize the changing climate and what it means to our forests and actually work together with that science. That science is going to be key because if we ignore that science and sort of put our head in the sand and think it's all about vegetation management, we're not going to succeed together protecting Californians.
Okay. It'll start getting cooler. You just watch.
I wish science agreed with you.
Hey, well, I don't think science knows, actually.
Well, what are we doing here, dude?
Did you hear anything? This is Trump running for the election, by the way.
Yeah.
This is literally Trump running for the election. Watch this too.
And then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? Because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number on the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check.
You love him and you know it, dude.
Dude. Can we put disinfectant by injection? Can we look at that to see if that would work at cleaning out the insides? Why?
You love him and you know it. You would shake his hand if you got offered.
No, I wouldn't. I actually wouldn't. I genuinely wouldn't. I think he's a horrible person.
You would hug him if you could, wouldn't you?
Is this your only cope? Is this like a cope to like the fact that he was cognitively incoherent? Is this a cope to the fact that he's a horrible person who incited a violent insurrection at the Capitol, who bragged about walking into the changing rooms of women while they were changing without their consent, and an 18-year-old came out and said there were 4 girls as young as in these changing rooms with Donald Trump would barge in? Is this cope of you not acknowledging that Trump said he would date a in 10 years? Is this cope of you not acknowledging that he calls his daughter voluptuous, which means curvy and attractive? And he said he'd be dating his own daughter if it wasn't his daughter. He said yeah to Howard Stern calling his daughter a piece of ass, and said he had in common with his daughter when she said real estate and golf. Is that your way of coping with the fact that you voted for such a horrible and atrocious candidate and that you still support him to this day?
Yeah, he's got a weird track record. I'll give him that.
That's not just weird, that's predatory.
I guess so, man. Just still, Kamala, she sucks.
What about her? What about her is comparable?
She's actually an idiot.
How so?
I think she's an idiot. I'll be honest with you.
Really? After all the clips I just showed you of Donald Trump, do you think Donald Trump's an idiot?
No, I think Donald Trump is really smart.
Really?
Actually.
Really? I just showed you those clips of Donald Trump and you don't think that he's an idiot? Could you show me a single clip of Kamala Harris that is at all comparable to any of the clips I just showed you of Donald Trump?
Well, yeah. I mean, first off, she wouldn't go on Joe Rogan, which would have helped her cause big time. She didn't go on Theo Von, which would have helped her big time. Just being personable with, the public, seeing her in a different light, kind of like how, because that was the main difference that we see in Trump versus her. Trump is a real person. She's more like this controlled puppet. She went on Call Her Daddy, but then she built their studio. She built a replica studio with the taxpayer money, like $1 million studio, to build, a replica studio. Just so she could have people in the room.
$1 million. You're obviously being absurd. Now, again,
no,
the fact that all you could bring up is that she didn't go on Joe Rogan and Theo Von and that she went on Call Her Daddy is not something stupid that she did that is comparable to something that I could bring up specifically like I did with Donald Trump, talking about utilizing disinfectant to fight COVID-19 by injection, by the way. Talking about specifically windmills causing whales numbers never seen before. Again, no scientific evidence indicating that. Talking about how he thinks that Tylenol usage during pregnancy causes autism when a Swedish study with 2.5 million people specifically indicates no association between Tylenol usage during pregnancy and autism after taking into account genetics and family, right, and siblings. Right. And also the fact that Donald Trump said specifically that he won the 2020 election with absolutely no evidence. We can point to plenty of the things specifically in terms of Donald Trump that he's done that are absolutely idiotic. And you won't point to any of them. You won't acknowledge any of them. I can keep going. These are just a few.
Well, thing is, dude, like I don't know about the Tylenol autism. I don't know how much you know about it either. I don't know if you read, like if you've done extensive research. You're not a doctor.
I literally just wait. By the way, I just cited doctor. I just literally cited exactly what doctors were saying. I can play a video of a doctor saying the exact same thing.
Okay, well, some doctors think that you can become a woman if you're a man. So it's like,
Are you?
I don't know.
I'm sorry. You understand that when we're talking about the context of gender, that has nothing to do with biology. That's specifically relating to someone's social commitments towards a set of social and cultural norms that are typically associated with a certain sex. That's not a prescription from science. It's like your name.
Yeah, but
do you believe names are valid? Do you believe names are valid?
Yeah, but
so you identify with a certain name that people call you as a prescription of your identity?
Okay, but listen, if I were a man and I wanted to be a woman, I still get things
no one thinks a man. No, we're not thinking that.
You gotta let me talk.
Well, I'm sorry, you have misconceptions.
You're not letting me make a case.
People don't think that. People don't think that.
You're not letting me make a case. You're not letting me make a case.
What you're saying is stupid over and over again.
Well, you're not letting me make a case.
Go ahead, make an idiotic case. Go for it.
If I was a man and I wanted to be a woman, I get all the luxuries that a woman, like a female, gets just from saying I'm a woman. So I get to go to the female prison. I get to go into the female bathroom. I get to do all these other things. And that's where, the waters get muddy because, sure, you can call it.
But if you're the president, I'm totally okay with you doing it. If you're the president and you brag about walking into the changing rooms of women while they're changing without their consent, you can totally do it and I'll still vote for you. Oh, my God, I'll still vote for you. Oh, my God, he'll still get my vote. Oh my God, he'll still get my vote.
Okay, well, that was a pivot. We're just talking about men.
Me
and
pivoting? I'm
women.
sorry, you brought this up to pivot in the very first place. We were talking about scientists and doctors, and you were disputing what doctors had to say
Yeah.
because you think that they think that trans
Because
identity
they
is
can
valid.
be paid. Do you think that they can be paid large sums of money to lie about things? Maybe, possibly.
The consensus
could
of
that
doctors,
ever
no,
be-
because
could that
this is
ever be-
internationally determined. This is internationally determined.
Okay, do you think that all those international doctors could be paid?
Every single
to
one
say
at the same
certain
time. No,
things?
there's not
Sort
enough
of like how
evidence.
politicians are.
No, there's no evidence indicating that at all. And we can see the
Well, there
politicians
is.
getting paid. There's no evidence of the doctors getting paid, and they would have to put it in the conflicts of interest.
Pretty sure there was with the Sackler family in the crisis, but okay.
I'm sorry, if you'd like to show me a specific piece of evidence that indicates the consensus of doctors indicating this to be true are just lying, go for it. Please provide me a single source saying that.
Well, I mean, I couldn't say that they're lying. I would need to. I don't know, dude. But whatever. You have your beliefs.
That's what
I
you're
have
saying.
mine.
You literally just said that they're lying and they're getting paid to lie. That's what you just said. That was your dispute. Your dispute to all the scientific-based claims that I said was specifically, oh, you know what? The doctors might be paid to lie. They might be paid to lie. Like, do you hear
yeah,
yourself?
I mean,
You're such a
food
conspiracy
was.
theorist that instead of accepting the literal facts of reality, you end up saying, what if all the consensus of doctors were that
No, I
they were
just think
paid to
you're
lie?
naive.
Like, do
I
you
think
hear
you're
yourself?
naive.
What do you mean? Because I look for evidence? You're the one that's naive. You believe things with
No.
no evidence. You call me naive, but you believed it with absolutely no
because
evidence.
I'm saying that you.
I
could
look at
have,
I look at what doctors have to say. I look
are
for
you
actual
gonna
evidence and
allow
studies,
me
and
to
he
talk?
believes things based
Like,
upon whatever
is this
Trump
supposed
says.
to be like a debate or talk, or what is this?
Well, if you say things that are coherent, I'll let you speak. I'm serious. I talk to people every single day, right? If you say something that's coherent, I'll let you speak.
Okay, well, what I'm saying is I think you're naive because you think that it's like completely out of this world that, doctors or, dietitians, all these other people can get paid because this is what happened with food. They started to say that eggs were unhealthy, bacon was less healthy than all these cereals, all this other stuff. Like people can get paid to say things and they can kind of put it in like a technical way to make it still like a little bit truthful, but not all the way truthful. And I guess kind of get the public to believe them.
Yeah,
that make
it's not
sense?
that's not the consensus of doctors, and they can't change the difference in studies because of that. So you'd have to be able to prove that. You have to have evidence to believe that. You're believing it with absolutely no evidence. It's naive for you to think that there wouldn't be evidence of this, that you can just believe it with absolutely no evidence at all. Because I can claim whatever I want about you and any evidence that you bring up in terms of what would be better for the health and conditions for us. And then you could specifically you couldn't have any reason to dispute it. And also, there's no way that you called Kamala Harris an idiot, but you have the same evidentiary basis from a scientific perspective as flat earthers. No evidence. You have the
Okay.
same scientific basis for what you believe as flat earthers. What if they're all paid to lie? What if they're all paid to lie?
I think you just have like a partisan bias with
Me?
anything.
I do?
Like you're
I do?
just
Are
gonna
you,
believe.
there's
Yeah,
no way
I
you
do.
just said that. I literally, by the way, you said that the consensus amongst doctors was wrong because they were quote unquote paid to lie, and you're the one saying I have a partisan bias? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I've already said that Donald Trump.
And you called Kamala Harris an idiot. You know what? I need to
Yeah,
find. I need
she
to find.
is.
Watch this. Watch this.
She is an idiot. Like that's just like
No,
I think
you're
that's
the
objective.
you're the idiot, dude. You're
I think that
you
is
are an
objective.
idiot. I'm sorry. You're the
Smart
idiot.
people don't like me. Smart people don't
Parker,
like me.
I think that you're out of your depth about a lot
Smart
of the
people
topics
don't
you're
like
talking
me.
about.
Smart people don't like me. Smart people don't like me. Smart people don't like me.
It's
Oh,
very
another
true in this. Very,
another
very true in this
2-second
statement.
clip that you took out of context. Ooh.
Well, he
nice.
said this himself.
Oh, okay.
You want to hear it? You want to hear the full context? I got you.
Smart people don't like me, and they don't like what we talk about. But
Well,
he's
first we would
become
need the
radical.
beforehand too, but okay.
What's up?
First we would need the beforehand too,
Smart
but
people
I'm
don't
really
like
not
me.
interested in listening to this.
What's up?
I mean, we're talking, and you just keep on playing these stupid clips.
You're so mad, dude. You're so mad. I know you're mad because I proved you wrong on every
I'm not
single
mad
point
at
that
all.
you've made.
I'm completely fine. I think
I'm
your
so-
blood pressure.
I'm sorry. You
is
said
up
that
as
you
any
said that I am
intelligence.
I'm biased from a partisan perspective because I believe in science and
Yes.
doctors. Dude. Because
Well,
I believe that doctors provide legitimate basis for factual evidence and scientific evidence. And because I go to the doctors, I must be partisan. Look how partisan Parker is. He believes in doctors. Look at that. Oh my God. Republican doctors,
Well,
conservative doctors,
don't-
and Democrat doctors, liberal doctors. They all
Yeah, I
indicate
don't
this to
know
be true,
which
but they're all
doctors
partisan,
you're-
I tell you.